Just finished day one, panel one at Gamescom. So much to go over for that, but we're going to do that separately in another video potentially. We're just going to go through this now for tomorrow's new season, because tomorrow the new season does start. It looks like quite a long one, so let's go over it. Thanks again, Jack, for linking. So, the Division 2 Red Horizon, Gamescom gave us a lot to talk about this year. We shared more on what is ahead for the Division 2. Hang on a minute. You complained about this last time, guys. Give me a moment. Let's, is that better? Zoom in. Zoom in. Okay, well, it's ahead for the Division 2, including crossplay, our next DLC, a first tease of Season 4, and of course, Red Horizon. If you missed the panel, you can catch up on everything we covered here. We'll have a look at that in a second. Now it is time to turn our attention back to Washington, D.C., where the cleaners are making themselves very much at home. So grab a cup of Kerman coffee, get comfortable, and let's get into everything waiting for you in Red Horizon. Modifiers. The cleaners are moving into Washington, D.C., and their presence will be hard to miss. They are becoming the main threat in retaliations this season, with 95 Company Elite Squad becoming part of the threat. Their growing presence sets the stage for this season's modifiers, and the heat does not stop at the cleaners. Global modifier Under Pressure. Under Pressure revolves around the pressure gauge that builds as you fight. That builds as you fight. Kills, headshots, multi-kills, skill kills, status effect kills, fire kills, and kills made by other players in your group all contribute to the gauge. The more pressure you build, the stronger the bonuses you receive. By default, the pressure gauge provides status effects as its primary bonus. If status effects are not what your build needs, some passive modifiers can replace the gauge's primary bonus with signature weapon damage or hazard protection instead. Active modifiers. Your pressure gauge is also used to activate one of this season's 3 active modifiers. Unlike previous seasons, this time active modifiers do not have a general cooldown. Once you have enough pressure, you can activate one when you need it. The gauge resets once the active modifier ends. So basically, build your gauge, activate your modifier. Your Fairy Aura, secondary attribute is armor regen. While active, it gives you increased armor regen and damage resistance with additional protection while sprinting. Enemies that get close to you are also set on fire the first time they enter the modifier's range. At higher levels, its defensive bonuses become stronger, and burning unique enemies can also regenerate bonus armor. I really like the sounds of that one. There's Vicarious Combustion. Secondary attribute is headshot damage. Landing a headshot on an enemy that is already burning also applies burn to nearby enemies. As the modifier levels up, this effect reaches a larger area, and at its highest level, headshots can apply burn directly. Signed, Shield Delivered. Secondary attribute is skill efficiency. While active, it improves your signature weapon's performance, shield health, and shield active regen. Kills made with signature weapons or while using a shield refill your magazine without consuming ammo from your reserves. I really like the sounds of that one as well. At its highest level, these kills can also extend the duration of the active modifier. That's Blue Striker build written all over it. All over it. That I'm interested in as well. My 2 favorites, just by reading them, is Fairy Aura and Signed, Shield Delivered. Passive modifiers. So Red Horizon comes with 20 passive modifiers, and they can help you adjust how under pressure works with your build. Some can help you build pressure faster or hold on to it for longer. Others add new interactions with fire, skills, grenades, shields, and signature weapons. The default primary bonus of the pressure gauge is status effects, but passive modifiers like New Formula, Beta, and New Formula Gamma, you can swap it to signature weapon damage or hazard protection. Hostile modifiers. They'll also play into the pressure gauge this season, with enemies able to drain your pressure or make certain actions work against you. Setting an affected enemy on fire is the only way to permanently remove or reverse the effect. So you have Draining Presence that drains ammunition from your magazine and reduces your pressure while the affected enemy is close to you. The Achilles Heel restores health to affected enemy and nearby allies when you break their weak points or armor pieces, while also reducing your pressure. 1,000 Cuts reduces your pressure whenever the affected enemy hits you and applies a stacking damage reduction debuff. New weapons, gear, and talents coming tomorrow. Gear and brand set updates. For gear sets, we are continuing to rebalance them around the idea that the more difficult a set is to use as full potential, the more it should give back in return. For Red Horizon, the updates focus mostly on red core gear sets, with Autistic Zoro and True Patriot also included. Blue and yellow core gear sets will be addressed in future updates. Brand sets are also getting some changes. Bonuses such as shock resistance, health, incoming repairs, and swap speed are being removed, and protection from elites now added as a new brand set bonus. We have also reorganized weapon bonuses so that for each weapon type, at least one brand offers that bonus as a one-piece bonus and another as a two-piece bonus. You can find a full breakdown of all gear set and brand set changes here. I'm still yet to read through that myself. I am going to upload this as a video on YouTube. You can find this link in the video description and click there if you want and read through it all. There's also one broader change to how we'll handle brand sets going forward, starting with Red Horizon. Instead of adding new brand sets, we'll add more name pieces with perfect talents or attributes to existing brands. We kind of already knew all that. They spoke about this before the PTS, but if you didn't know, you now do. Weapon updates: Steel and Sun's ACR base stability has been increased, reducing vertical recoil. Well, that's good news. Maximum stacks increased from 3 to 4. Destroying an enemy weak point now causes them to take 30% amplified damage from you for 5 seconds up to 10%. Up from 10%. Okay. The Determined talent, they're sticking with the guns here. Determined is now going to function like Perfect Determined, meaning the kill from a converted headshot will no longer trigger another guaranteed headshot. There's been so many people at me about this because I agree with it, and obviously I'm not allowed my opinion with some people, but a lot, like, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but the people that said you cannot one-shot people with a sniper are wrong. People were telling me that this was the only way you could one-shot with a sniper. You were just absolutely wrong. You've never used a sniper in your life on the game, and pick up a sniper, make a sniper build with chain killer. I promise you, you'll be able to one-shot, headshot enemies. So all the people that are telling me that over the last week or so, there's been hundreds of you. Just do that. You've been able to do it before Determined was even a thing. Okay? But I do appreciate those people who got different opinions on this. The ability to chain body shots as headshots is not going away completely. That functionality is moving to the new Iron Will exotic chest, though it's Resolve Talent Iron. Through its Resolve talent, sorry. Iron Will lets your next body shot count as a headshot without requiring a headshot kill first, and can be paired with exotic MMRs or high-end MMRs using talents other than Determined. So you're getting that. It's not going to be as good as Determined was because you can't pair it with Chain Killer, but that's the point. It's still going to be good though. You're not going to need to hit heads. You can just hit body shots every 2 seconds to get a headshot. To support it, we are also buffing several MMR-related gear sets and brand bonuses. For more on the thinking behind determined changes, you can read our developer notes as from the other day. We already spoke about that in a video. New exotic weapon, Fafnir, exotic shotgun. Talent is Dragon's Breath. This weapon fires Dragon Breath shells. Each shot has 40% chance of applying burn to an enemy. Weapon damage is amplified by 50% of your status effect bonus. Ooh, interesting. That is interesting. I did read that last time. Weapon stats and mods. Optics is 50% crit chance. Magazine plus 5 rounds. On the barrel, 10% weapon handling. Take note, Fafnir's burn application is still affected by the usual status effect diminishing returns on enemies. Because of this, you may sometimes see burn applied less often than the 40% chance would suggest. That's what it looks like. Looks pretty sick. New exotic gear, you get the Iron Will exotic chest as mentioned above. Your next body shot will be considered a headshot every 2 seconds. PvP will be 3 seconds. Requires an MMR, rifle, or pistol. I missed that. Imagine this with the Regulus. Imagine that with the Regulus. New gear. Ember Engine gear set. 2 pieces equipped, 8% skill efficiency. 3 pieces, 30% status effect. 4 pieces equipped. You get spontaneous combustion. Every status effect you apply has 40% chance of also applying burn to the enemy. If the status effect initially applied was burn, the enemy will receive plus 25% burn damage for the duration of the burn. The chest bonus talent is Flashpoint, increases the chance of applying burn of spontaneous combustion to 60%, and the backpack is White Hot, increases the duration of the burn damage debuff of spontaneous combustion by 50%. New name gear, Trick Shot with Perfect Reassigned. That's going to be on Imminent Armaments. Killing an enemy adds 1 round of random special ammo into your sidearm. Cooldown 8 seconds. Again, the Rushdown chest, Talent Tag Team. Perfect talent. Victor and Kaiser chest. That's going to be the last enemy you damage for skill is marked. Dealing weapon damage to the enemy consumes the mark to reduce active cooldowns by 12 seconds. Melon Bowler. Talent Perfect Concussion will be on a Roldan Holden's backpack. Headshots increase total weapon damage by 20% for 1.5 seconds. 5 seconds with marksman rifles. Headshot kills increase total weapon damage by 15% for 10 seconds. And in Keeper, Perfect Protector on the named 511 backpack. When shield does damage, you gain 25% bonus armor, and all other allies gain 35% of your armor as bonus armor for 3 seconds. Cooldown 3 seconds. Not sure I'm interested in any of them, to be honest. I've used Tag Team before. I've kind of played with Concussion a bit, but nothing there excites me too much. New named weapons and talents. You get the Teapot, Talent Perfect Boiling Point. When I first read this, I was so excited by this talent, but I read it wrong. The first 48% of your magazine will have no crit chance, basically. The rest will have every bit of crit chance. It'll crit every time, 100%. And you get the Steamer, where it's the same. And then you've got the Boiling Point, where the non-perfect version, the first 53% of your magazine won't have any crit chance, the rest will have 100%. I was very excited about this when I first read it, because I read 25%, so it's like 75% of your magazine would have 100% crit chance, and then I figured out I read that completely wrong. So I'm not sure about this now. I was very excited about it. It still sounds great, because you get over half a mag there, where it's going to be guaranteed crits. So in theory, 50% chance guaranteed per mag. But yeah, I don't know, because you lose a lot of burst damage. Your first part of the mag is just not going to crit at all. So I don't know. I have to play with it. Retaliation. It's been 1 year since Retaliation launched. Oh, there we go. 1 year birthday. And to mark the occasion, you'll be able to take on a special project chain from September 8th to September 22nd. The objectives will send you back into retaliations against different factions. Each completed project comes with useful materials and caches, with an outfit token waiting at the end as the main reward. That's cool. You can use it to unlock one eligible outfit of your choice from the start, and there's more to earn during the first week from September 8th to September 15th. Retaliation Search will be active, doubling retaliation faction materials you earn from all sources. So they're tying it in with that. Okay. Dark Zone and PvP. Red Horizon brings Blackout into the Dark Zone rotation, and Toxic DZ remains the permanent PvE variant. Dark Zone variants will rotate weekly across DZ West, East, and South, with the PvE, with 1 PvE and 2 PvP Dark Zones available at any given time. Toxic and Balance will remain active each week, while Blackout and Classic will alternate on a weekly basis. So you'll sometimes have Blackout, sometimes Classic. Toxic Dark Zone is here to stay, with the Into the Dark seasonal modifiers no longer active. We have made a few changes so it can continue as a permanent PvE Dark Zone. Other factions can now appear in a Toxic DZ, including Black Tusk. Sample canisters and Surge have been removed. Toxicity has been adjusted, and extracting your gear will now clear your toxicity level. Normalization remains active to scale players and the gear to level 40. However, PvP-specific overrides for talents, gear sets, skills, and weapons are not active, meaning these will use their PvE values against enemies. Prototype gear will remain normalized, similar to raids and incursions. Rewards. Landmarks chests in the Toxic Dark Zone now have 20% chance to drop contaminated cash. These caches use the same special loot pool as the PvP Dark Zones, including exclusive and raid gear sets, legacy DZ exclusive weapons, named items, and exotic. Now, that's interesting. Blackout Dark Zone. PvEVP non-normalized, global PvP balance is active, shaded expertise is active, rogue protocol active. For those of you who have been asking for a fully uncapped Dark Zone, Blackout is exactly that. It completely removes stat normalization, so you can use the full power of your build, including your Shade Watch and Expertise upgrades. The zone is permanently invaded, with Black Tusk as the main enemy faction, and you'll also encounter tougher veteran elite and named enemies. Rogue Protocol remains active, and global PvP balance still applies to weapons, gear, and skills. Prototype gear and weapons can also use their full base stats in Blackout. Their augments, however, will still use the PvP balanced values. Rewards. Blackout loot drops at heroic quality, matching the other PvP Dark Zones. There's also a 20% chance to receive an additional contaminated item from the special Dark Zone loot pool, including exclusive and raid gear sets, legacy DZ exclusive weapons, named items, and exotic. With Red Horizon, Ortiz, Recissory, Caduceus, and Nurse's knee pads have also been added to the special loot pool for PvP Dark Zones. Prototype gear and weapons can also drop as contaminated loot from enemies, with stronger enemies offering better chances and higher stat rolls. Normal enemies is 0.2 chance per prototype drop with mid-roll stats. Elite enemies 0.5 for mid-roll, with 0.2 for high roll. Then boss enemies is 1% for mid-roll stats and 2% for high role stats. Exotic component drop rates match the other PvP Dark Zones. Challenging landmark is 33%, 40% on bosses, and heroic is 40% from crates and 48% from bosses. Global PvP balance. We're nearly there, guys. There's so much to go through. Our global PvP balance work continues in Red Horizon with another round of improvements. The goal remains to make PvP fights less about taking someone down instantly and give you more time to react and fight back. I like the sounds of that. We also want more talents, weapon skills, and set bonuses to feel worth using rather than having the same few choices. Skills have received adjustments to both their base values and how they scale across skill tiers. These changes apply to Conflict and all PvP Dark Zone variants. Gear set and brand set bonuses have also been adjusted separately for PvP where needed. New talents have been balanced for PvP as well, together with adjustments to some existing outliers. You can find a full list of skill changes here and a full breakdown of gear set, brand set, and talent changes here. Again, video, description, come and click it yourself if you want to read all them. There's quality of life updates. PvP stat display now is in the firing range. PvP weapon damage values will now be displayed directly in your inventory alongside the PvE values. Your stats will also automatically switch to corresponding PvP values when entering a PvP environment. You can now test PvP normalization stats and global PvP balance overrides directly in the shooting range by enabling the PvP settings before heading into Conflict or Dark Zone. The inventory normalization button will be temporarily unavailable while we make updates to the UI. Blueprints and loot. True Patriot and ongoing directed materials and blueprints have been added to the general loot pool. Finally, the following blueprints have also been added to the general loot pool: Unit Alloys, Royal Works, that Concentrated Company, Core Strength. That the following blueprints are now available from Ainara: Agitator, Investor, Caduceus, Nurse's Knee Pads, Whiplash, Underboss, Caduceus, and Nurse's Knee Pads have also been added to targeted loot. That's sick. You'll need to own a respective item for this blueprint to appear at Ainara. Fixes. Gear weapons and talents. Fix an issue with the Tinkerer's Mask's bridge talent working across different weapon types. Fix an issue with the Tech Plate and Nanite Carrier dropping or spawning as prototypes with incorrect talents. Fix an issue with the Whiplash Exotic Pistol and Underboss Exotic SMG missing their reconfigured blueprints. Fix an issue with the Prima Donna stacks transferring to the gear shift named LMG. Heard about that one. Broken Rain Incursion. Fix an issue where one of the beaver collectibles could appear floating in the air. They deleted the tree. The beaver has been moved to a nearby location. Oh, no way. That means I gotta redo the video. Fix an issue with the mission objective not updating after defeating the chainsaw boss in Broken Rain while wearing the Dilemma gear set and terminal knee pads. UI. Fix an issue with menus becoming inaccessible after being forced out of the deconstruct confirmation pop-up. Fix an issue on PlayStation with confirming accommodation also equipped this arm patch due to both actions being bound to the X button. Fix an issue with the skins and dyes sub-menu in the apparel section not allowing manual scrolling by dragging the scroll bar with the mouse. Fix an issue with the mega map displaying an incorrect timer for classified assignments. Missions and world. Fix an issue with the fire and its effects remaining active longer than the corresponding visual animation. Fix an issue with Mary Singh being missing from his small. Fix an issue with players being able to clip through an environment door at the Toxic Alley control point. Fix an issue with Into the Dark season bundles purchased on Steam appearing as not owned in the in-game store. Fix an issue that could cause players on Steam Deck to be kicked. Easy anti-cheat should now work correctly on Steam Deck. And fix an issue with Kitsune event caches preventing players from opening gear caches. Classified assignments. So this is a new, we'll get to this season, I imagine. Yeah, 2 new classified assignments will be available during Red Horizon. The District Mall Inferno on August 27th, which is tomorrow, and the Georgetown Dead Zone on October 15th. The first sent you to the District Mall after Agent Felix McNally is attacked while trying to recover broad-spectrum antivirals with the cleaners closing in and an unknown assailant linked to the shade anomaly still unaccounted for. The second takes you into an area of Georgetown completely uncovered by the Shade Network, where a JTF engineer team sent to install new tech has gone missing. Is it Georgetown in the DZ? Classified assignments can be accessed through the dedicated assignments tab on the map once they become available. Access unlocks at level 30 and assignments can be purchased and launched from there. There's going to be a season pass tomorrow, the Red Horizon season pass. The optional season pass is available to all Division 2 players starting at level 1 for 1,000 premium credits, which will be $9.99 or your regional equivalent in the in-game store. While the season pass is accessible from level 1, some of the rewards will only be usable when you reach level 40. Players with the Season Pass can unlock premium track rewards such as 2 pristine arm patches, Red Horizon Seeker Mind Scale VFX, Richardson outfit, Kenwell outfit, 1 extra copy of the Fafnir exotic weapon, hot rigged exotic weapon skin, 10 gear dies, 10 universal weapon skins, 3 exotic caches, 9 optimization material caches, 9 crafting material caches, and 400 premium credits. The free track will also include 3 arm patches, Red Horizon drone scale VFX, both Beaufort outfit, Iron Will exotic chest, Fafnir exotic weapon, Dragon universal weapon skin, 2 named items, 4 named gear items, 2 exotic caches, 18 Red Horizon caches, and 3 named item caches. You'll be able to buy a bundle. There'll be a supply drop again, which I'll definitely be purchasing. So Red Horizon season bundle, it will include the classified assignments. You're also going to get the premium pass and 50% season pass XP boost, 20 skier tips. Pretty decent. Well worth it. The Red Horizon bundle is available for $29.99, or your regional equivalent includes the premium season pass with 100 tiers of rewards to unlock. As you just said, the 2 classified assignments, the boost, an exclusive cleaners themed outfit, and 20 tier skips. The Red Horizon supply drop available for $49.99, or your regional equivalent includes everything listed above plus 5,000 premium credits. So the reason why I get the supply drop is because I always want to buy some skins on New Season Day. So that covers that as well. If you already own some of the included content, so if you've already owned a premium season pass purchased, either offer will grant you 1,000 premium credits back in game. If you already own the Red Horizon bundle and purchase supply drop, you will receive 3,000 credits on top of the 5,000 already included. If you already own the Red Horizon supply drop, you will receive 3,000 premium credits instead of the Red Horizon bundle. If you do not receive any in-game notification for the offer, check the special deliveries tab in your inventory. There's a one-time offer with a Division 1 mask. Oh, please bring back Happy one day. So don't miss out on this exclusive one-time offer available for $99.99, or your regional equivalent. It includes 2,000 premium credits and 600 bonus credits, plus the classic mask, because some looks are classics for a reason. I used to wear that quite a lot in Division 1. I think it is. Halloween is not too far away, and we'll have more to share soon about what we prepared for the occasion. So this seasonal event's going to be around Halloween, I imagine. As always, if you run into any issues while playing, please report them through the bug reporter so the team can investigate. Good luck out there, agents and Division 2 team. That was a lot to go to. Thank you for listening. Obviously happy about all of it. We kind of knew all of it. There's a few surprises there. But yeah, live tomorrow all day, going through the new season, having a look what all the new outfits are, doing a scout mission, doing a classified assignment, and trying to complete the seasonal journey in one day. Make sure you come and tune in. If there are any Twitch drops available tomorrow, I'll let you know. But so far, I've not seen anything about it. And we've obviously tomorrow got day 2. We have got day 2 of Gamescom and the future of the Division 2, where they're going to be talking about survivors as well.